welcome, beloved community. We are back again with yet another installment of the People's Water Board Coalition's Water Wednesdays webcast. As always, I am here with my beloved co host, Valerie Jean,
Hi, everyone.
and we cannot forget our behind the scenes tech guru extraordinaire, Miss Angelica, who you finally got a sneak peek of last week. That brings us content week after week. She keeps us running smoothly. We could not do the show without her. And today we want to talk to you about some upcoming events, in particular, World Water Day. And
Yay.
we're gonna start off with giving you a brief synopsis of where
Yeah, a
World
little
Water
bit of
Day
history.
started from, a little bit of history of it, and why it's so important, and how it is put on each year as an event across the globe. And
Across the globe.
yeah, across the globe. It's a short show, so we're gonna jump right into it, and I'm gonna get us started.
That's right.
So, World Water Day, surprisingly, people hear about it and they think it's something like recent in the 2000s or the 2010s. This goes back to the early 90s during the 1992 Rio Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The UN's decided that it was going to establish a specific day to honor water, to bring water to the forefront in people's minds, to let them know the importance of it globally. And they established World Water Day, and it was first celebrated on March 22nd of 1993, a year after the conference in which it was incepted. And they came to this decision December 22nd of 1992.
And
So,
right, like they knew even way back then,
yes,
you're talking about decades ago, right? Even way back then that
30
water
years,
was going to
30
be
plus years
yeah,
ago.
that water was going to be a serious issue and that we needed to not just have a day, not just commemorate a day about water, but that water struggles throughout the years
Absolutely.
needed to be the forefront.
It was literally created to bring awareness about the now here's a big number for you, 2 billion with a B people living without access to safe
Yeah, that's so
water,
many.
and to promote sustainable water management, which is something that's vitally important, along with it being affordable. We have to be taking the sustainable measures because water is not never ending.
No,
It's
it's
not.
not a finite resource.
We can dry up our aquifers, we can deplete our fresh water supplies, we can deplete our saltwater supplies. We can continue doing a lot of the things that these big corporations and industries do, and we will end up with the entire world being a desert.
That's right. That's right, and it's what we see now, like, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago about the global water bankruptcy, the United
Yes.
Nations saying, actually declaring we're in a global water bankruptcy, something we can't bounce back at. We can't call it a crisis because a crisis is something that you overcome, right?
Yes.
So, they knew a long time ago, the United Nations knew a long time ago that we needed to protect water. We needed to figure out how we as humans on the earth, we're going to protect water because it was going to be a serious issue. And here we are.
Yes. And just to answer some questions that I know as a person involved in this work made me think, and I could imagine that people who don't know a lot about water issues, this will come across their mind. When you hear the word bankruptcy, you think of bankruptcy such as a person would file, like, oh, they'll file bankruptcy, they bounce back, they can file Chapter 7, Chapter 11.
Not what they
That's not
mean.
the case with water. When they say
No,
bankruptcies, they mean we have depleted our sources, and that's it. There's no repopulating our oceans and streams and waterways and aquifers. And this is why people are so harshly critiquing the bottled water industry,
right.
because
Well,
major
and
bottled water
capitalism,
industries,
right?
yes, capitalism, they're taking the water that is a public commons, putting it in bottles, selling it back to the very people who are part of the public commons, and then the pocketing the profits. And as we
Yeah,
see
water
with
should have never become a
exactly,
commodity.
commodified.
Yeah, it should never have become a commodity, but that's what capitalism does.
Yes, it does.
Years ago, you had the CEO of Nestle saying, "No, water isn't a human right. It's never been a human right."
Unless you're
Well,
buying the bottles
that's what
from
of
them.
course, that's what a bottled water, CEO is gonna say. Don't have it's not a part of the human commons, and it is.
It's
And
only a
so
part
these
of
are the
the human
things.
commons if we're purchasing it from Nestle, AKA now known as Blue Triton.
Blue Triton, right. Like, these are serious situations, and we're in a
Absolutely.
serious situation that is going to affect us in the very near future and for future generations. This is going to be the plight of our lives and our children's lives. And so, and we can't even imagine what our grandchildren are gonna look like, right? Like, what their
No.
access to water is gonna look like.
And a lot of
So
people
having the
think, yeah, a lot of people feel like we're being over dramatic, but this is literally a do or die
We
moment.
really are not. We really are not.
Literally, we are
Actually,
not,
we're probably underplaying it so we don't
we're probably
doomsday the whole
downplaying it
show
quite a bit. Here's a few details about the World Water Day celebration or
and
honor it.
commemorations. Yep.
Yeah. We have to celebrate it while we have it. So we talked about how it became to be in the origin of it and how it was established and passed unanimously by the General Assembly resolution at the Rio Earth Summit, and why we what the purpose is to show the importance of fresh water and advocate for sustainable management. But also, each year they have a theme for World Water Day. It's a
I
new theme.
appreciated this year.
Yeah. This year was so near and dear to my heart because it speaks on water and gender. And when it speaks to how women and girls play such a huge part in the management of water, in the sustainability, and in the protection of water. And that is true. We've seen it with the indigenous population, the water protectors, but even women just throughout this country, throughout this world. I would say that
Historically, women carry the water.
historically, I would say we've been doing this now for close to 5 years. And I don't know if you agree, Valerie, but I would say that 90% of the guests we've had that are advocates and activists around water have been female. They've been
They
women.
have. Well, and let's just face it, when we went through the mass water shutoffs here in Detroit, the people who were affected were mothers with single
Yes,
mothers with children. They were the ones who
exactly.
were really like, I mean, other people were affected, but in numbers, in huge numbers, the majority were
Mhm.
women
They
with
were.
children. Like those are the people who carried the brunt of that struggle of getting shut off. Some of them didn't live through it. And that
This is true,
we're gonna
sadly.
talk about that on World Water Day. Like, World Water Day is a big deal for the People's Water Board Coalition. Every
It
year,
is.
we, usually go to Lansing, right, Nicole? Like, we go to
We
Lansing to
do, and
talk to
we try to
legislators.
talk to our legislators. We invite people from across Michigan, and they all come together. We usually do an indigenous water ceremony. It is a big deal for us.
It is.
It's not just an event to put on. It's our life's work, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. We make a big deal out of it for a reason, and this year, to commemorate World Water Day, we are going to be right here at home in Detroit.
Yes.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
so excited that we decided to be here and to really bring in World Water Day, with dinner with each other. We're gonna eat together. We're gonna do trivia.
Trivia.
The one thing that I love is we're having World Water Day at the General Baker Institute. And for folks that don't know, the General Baker Institute is a very special place.
Yes,
I consider it sacred ground, to be honest with you.
definitely.
But General Baker was a longtime revolutionary labor organizer here in Detroit, and his wife, Marion Kramer, is a water warrior. She was a longtime person who was the head organizer at Michigan Welfare Rights,
Yes, she
and,
was.
she's
National
helped
chair.
found Michigan Welfare Rights and the People's Water Board. Marion Kramer we all hold her really near and dear to our
She
heart,
is the
and
mother
that
of the movement.
the mother of the movement. She was wonderful, and she was a civil rights she organized around voting. She all
Yes.
around human
Yeah.
rights activist that we all love and get lucky enough to get to spend time with. So
Yes.
her family created the General Baker Institute after General Baker died. It's just like it's sacred ground. It's
It
one of those
is.
places here in Detroit when you go, you know that you're in a historical place that changes the world. And it's really special that we're gonna be there and that we're gonna be holding World Water Day there. And we're gonna be holding
Absolutely.
it March 22nd from 4 to 6 at the General Baker Institute. We're gonna have food. We're also gonna be talking, and we'll talk about this later on. We're gonna be talking to our friend Jo Coutts. She was on Water Wednesday. She does the mapping of the Detroit waterways, the buried Detroit waterways. And we had her on Water Wednesday not too long ago. She's gonna be there to
Yeah.
talk. We're also gonna have Andrea Pierce, which we've had her on Water Wednesday many, many times, talk about Line 5 and data centers. She's gonna be there, and she's not only gonna do a water ceremony for us, but she's gonna talk about how Indigenous people and Indigenous women carry the water and what that looks
Absolutely.
like and why that is such a beautiful practice and how women protect the water. So we're really gonna have, a wonderful time. It's gonna be lighthearted. We're also gonna be doing a memorial of people that we lost along the way, water protectors and people who, got their water shut off and never bounced back. They never were able to
Yes.
get over it and they lost their life because of it. So it's gonna be a very
Absolutely.
special event, and we are inviting all of you. We want you to come.
Yes, we
We're gonna
do.
have yummy, delicious food from Sheba in Hamtramck. It's gonna be lots of Mediterranean food, and if it doesn't matter if you're a vegan, we'll have food for everybody, inclusive
Yes.
food for everyone, and we're just gonna get together and commemorate World Water Day together, and we really want you to come.
Do. And
Yes, we
we're
do.
gonna have prizes for our trivia game as well.
We have got door prizes, we've got prizes to give out for, trivia, we've got People's Water Boards Coalition swag, and so many things, but it's gonna be, if you there's let's just face it, these moments where we can come together, we can break bread together, where we can really grow and create community, these are the moments that we need right now. These are the moments that are gonna get us through, and we wanna do that with you all.
Yes, we also need to have moments of joint solidarity in the fight.
That's right.
It's what keeps us going. No, what
That's
they
right.
say, no one man is an island. We
That's
need
right.
to come together and join together because separation is also a tool that's used to keep people oppressed as well.
That's right. Well, that's right. Well, I mean, you see the meme going around like, you know, no matter how bad it gets, I can feel good because I didn't let billions of dollars worth of propaganda separate me from my fellow human. I didn't let, that even though it worked really, really hard, they spend these elites and so people so-called people in power, they spend billions of dollars to separate us, to pit us against each other, and that didn't work on us. And
It
it
did
shouldn't work
not.
on you. So, we all have to come together and as a class, there's more of us than there is of them.
Absolutely.
And the moment that we realize that is the moment that we actually change the world and we create something better. So that's something for us it doesn't matter how hard it get, the propaganda didn't work on me,
Nope, it didn't work
you
on
know what I'm
me
saying?
either.
That's right. That's right, we can sleep at night knowing that fact, right? And so we're inviting folks, all of the information for the PWBC event is gonna be in the description box down below, and we want you to come. The day before that, though, our friends with Ride with Purpose are putting on another event to kinda showcase Joanne Coutts got together with our friend LB,
Yes.
and they are the founders of Bride with Purpose, and they wanted to show the hypocrisy of the blue lines. Now, you and I always talked about when we talk about the blue lines, where people would get blue lines when they were about to get their water shut
On
off, we
their
call them the
curb
blue
cock,
lines of
on
shame,
their
right?
sidewalk in front of their house. When your water is slated to be disconnected, they come out with I don't even know the shade of blue. It's one of the brightest blues I've ever seen. It's like a
Will be
neon
seen for
turquoise, and they spray your curb cock where they turn your water off in the sidewalk that indicates that the water is disconnected to that
Or it's about
household
to be, either about to
or
be
about to
disconnected
be.
or it is
And
disconnected.
here's
These
the
people are slated to
thing.
get their water shut off.
Here's the thing. You remember when your water was disconnected. My water was disconnected in 2014. That is 12 years ago. That mark is still on the sidewalk through the snow, through the sleet, through it's like it's like the post office through rain, sleet, snow, hail. It's still there.
Yeah.
I don't even
We
live at
call it the
that
blue
address
line of shame
anymore.
for a reason, so that I
Yes,
mean, people will forever be able to go by and see that this person, their water was shut off, and they can, form any kind of thoughts they want about it. And, like, it
exactly.
depends on, where they come from, and if they immediately go to, "Oh, they didn't pay their water bill," or if they immediately go to, "Oh, this whole system is rotten," if they shutting
It's
people's water off.
also a yeah, it's also a tactic. So if your water is shut off and you have children in your home and you're trying to be covert about that fact,
You can't,
anybody that's a
because you've got a
mandated
big blue
reporter
line in
can
the front
walk
of your
past
house.
and see that blue line and be like, "Let me
That's
call
right, Nicole.
CPS. Their water's off."
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Nicole. So they're doing a 10-mile ride along the map where the buried Detroit waterways are, and they're gonna be counting and mapping the blue lines of shame. And it's gonna be a really special ride. If you're into that kind of thing, you're gonna learn a lot. Joanne is brilliant,
Yes, she is.
brilliant person who puts together these maps, and, they're it's wonderful that they're gonna bring these blue lines and the map of the blue lines and the buried Detroit waterways to kind of together to show the hypocrisy of shutting off people's water when water used to flow in their backyards. Like, and it was concreted in, right? The water separating the people from the water. And so that's really what the ride is about. All the information for that ride, that's on the 21st. That's the day before World Water Day. It's right here in Detroit. If you want, all that information is going to be in the information or in the description box down below so folks can get plugged in. Take the ride, go hang out with our dear friends and learn about the blue lines of shame. And then they're going to come to our event the next day on the 22nd at the General Baker Institute and kind of present what they learned, the map, show us the map. And a show is always, art should always reflect the times. Right. And
Absolutely.
that's what they're putting together. Revolutionary art that is going to mapping, that's going to show exactly what the blue lines of shame are and what they did and all of those things. So it's really, really important that if you're into a bike ride, you should definitely just go to Instagram and look up Ride with a Purpose because they do all kinds of amazing stuff and
They do.
they've got a great plan. So if you're looking for ways to be of service, to plug in and do those types of things, please hook up with Ride with a Purpose on Instagram and hang out with our friends, LB, Andy, and Joanne. All three of them are amazing folks that do amazing work.
They
And we were
are.
really, really happy to collaborate with them on mapping the blue lines of shame. It was just really important right now that we all come together and that we understand what's happening. And art's a beautiful way to do that.
Absolutely. I think that's a
Yeah.
great way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Art should reflect the times. It
Yes,
should.
definitely. Also,
So I'm so
there's an event
excited.
on the 23rd also, isn't there?
Joanne is having at the Southfield Library.
Yes.
She's also talking about she's gonna it's a or they are going to be putting together a whole exhibit of mapping the Detroit waterways. They're going to be speaking, and that's at Southfield Library. We'll put that in the description box down
Yes,
below
it's a
too.
good place
So
to
there's lots
plug
of way.
in
Yep,
and find out about our waterways, find out about the importance and the value of them, as well as understanding about the blue line of shame as well. It'll
that's
be a
right.
continuance of what's occurring at our event that the day before. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're looking for a way to commemorate World Water Day, come and join us and join our friends for their 10-mile bike ride and join Joanne in the Southfield Library.
Yes.
It's gonna be a wonderful way for us to get together and to, talk about the water and make it our main focus. It needs to be our main focus. I mean, this is how me and Nicole live every day. It's always our main focus,
Always.
but for
Yes,
folks who want
definitely.
to plug in, this is gonna be great, and we wanna see you there. We want you to come and commemorate World Water Day with us.
Yes, please do. And don't feel intimidated if you don't know a lot about water issues or the water crisis. That's a big reason to show up so you can
That's
find
right.
information and get information and take it back and share it with your community.
That's right. Well, thanks for always going on this journey with me, Nicole. We hope to see you all on World Water Day. Let's come together. Let's do great things together. Because never doubt that a small handful of people get together and can change the world. Margaret
Yeah.
Mead said that. It's my favorite quote. Um, and times are really hard. Let's look out for each other. Let's take care of each other and try to stay afloat together. Bye.